Joe Dick was the lead singer of a band called Hardcore Logo. I'd made a documentary film about his band in the mid-90s. What you're seeing now is the last shot of the film. Care Failure, lead singer of the band Die Mannequin, had gone crazy and declared she had been possessed by the spirit of Joe Dick. This was my chance to make peace with Joe's restless spirit.
Hey, we're here to see...
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm the filmmaker. Now, what kind of a person had a name like Care Failure? And who the hell did she think she was, channeling the spirit of my old pal Joe? I had to find out. And if this was all a game of chicken, how far would she take it? How far would I take it? You can't change the past, but this was my chance, my shot at writing a new ending. The answer was in the lyrics. It was in the music. It was in a real darkness she was channeling. I'd been down this road before. I had an ending to our movie that I had to stop.
Very good, but don't get too excited. It still needs some work.
Hello and welcome. You've just seen a trailer clip here on Entertainment Extra with Joe Crawford of a movie called Hardcore Logo 2. Now, why are we showing that? Because our next guest for today's show is in the movie, Shannon Jardine, joining us in just a few minutes. And hopefully you like that trailer. Kind of looked a little scary to me. I don't know. I'm more of a comedy guy myself, but we'll find out more about what Hardcore Logo 2 is all about with Shannon Jardine. I want to invite you and thank you all very much for joining us here on REMIC TV. Hoping you're liking all our shows. Please join in on our Facebook fan page. You can go to joecrawfordlive.com, click on the Facebook icon, click on the Twitter icon, and follow me, and you'll know who's coming up next. Like our guest, like I just said a second ago, is Shannon Jardine. You've probably seen her in Corner Gas on CTV, on Little Mosque on the Prairie on CBC, also Endgame, Rabbit Fall. She plays a wide variety of characters, but she's playing herself today on Entertainment Extra with Joe Crawford. Shannon Jardine, how are you?
Great. Thanks for having me
here.
Oh,
no, thank you very much. You've come all the way from Saskatchewan to come out here, and I guess everything was okay coming from Saskatchewan to here?
Oh, yeah, wonderful flight, and it's like the first day of summer here. It's beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, it is. And we've actually, I don't know how Saskatchewan's been with the winter, but we've been, touch wood here, or touch wood, that we've had a good winter here ourselves.
We did too, but just not quite as good as yours.
That's all right. Now, the movie here, we just saw the trailer here of Hardcore Logo 2. For someone who's never even seen Hardcore Logo 1, can you tell me a little bit about what it is?
The first movie or the second one?
Well, tell me what the whole basis is, and then, were you in the first one too?
No, that one was quite a few years ago. So,
oh, okay. Yeah. So you still got a baby face, so we wanted to go with that. But okay, tell us a little about Hardcore Logo 2 then.
Okay, Hardcore Logo 2 starts out with Bruce McDonald, who is a documentary filmmaker, and in Hardcore Logo 2, he's kind of sold out. He's in LA making a lot of money doing network TV, and my character, I'm a Wiccan documentary filmmaker, and I convinced Bruce, hey, I hear Care Failure, the lead of Die Mannequin, is possessed by Joe Dick, who was the lead singer of Hardcore, which was in the first movie, and he shot himself at the end of the movie. So she's saying she's possessed by his spirit in rock and roll, and I convinced him to follow her, and we do a documentary, and it's a rock and roll adventure. But it does have comedy in it, so you'll enjoy it.
All right.
Think so.
And you're in Toronto area because it just premiered, I think, at the Toronto International Film Festival screenings.
Yeah, it did there, as well as a Whistler Film Festival, but now it's playing here in Toronto at the Tiff Bell Lightbox Theatre until Thursday, the 18th of April.
Okay, so, and then if they happen to miss it, Is there any other place that they can see the movie?
Yeah, for sure. You can see it in Vancouver starting April 20th in movie theaters there.
Nice.
And then it'll probably play some other cities in Canada, and then it'll come out on DVD next month.
Beautiful. So I love it. It's truly all Canadian, and you, of course, being a Canadian actress. Now, a lot of question I want to ask, just go away from the movie for a minute here. A lot of the Canadian actors and actresses always go to our southern neighbor, the States, and go there. What made you want to stay here in Canada? Because you've studied at University of Toronto, Sheridan College. Like, what made you want to stay up here in Canada and not get sucked in by our southern states?
Well, I enjoy creating stories about Canada. I'm a producer and a writer as well. And so I think it's really important to tell our stories from a Canadian perspective. And so I produced a documentary series called Dust Up. It's currently playing on History Television in Canada. And it's got my dad and my brother and another young guy. They're all crop dusting pilots. And there's a lot of conflict there. And it's quite an interesting show. And so it's wonderful. So here I am able to make a living in Saskatchewan in the film and television industry and give a story about a certain area in Canada that nobody would ever know about if you didn't produce this kind of TV show.
Exactly.
And it's playing all over the world right now. And Dubai Time Out magazine put top TV of the week, Modern Family and Dust Up, this little show from Saskatchewan.
Gosh.
So stuff like that, it makes me really proud to be able to tell our stories.
Awesome. So you're making a little town in Saskatchewan worldwide known.
That's right.
And not just only doing the on the History Canada channel, but also on REMIC TV.
That's right.
As well, worldwide. Now, what got you into acting? You've done you've played a wide variety of. I've seen scary characters from you. I've seen comedy characters from you. Corner Gas is one of my favorite shows. I actually thought that was shot in Toronto, but it wasn't shot in Toronto. Where was Corner Gas shot?
Corner Gas was shot in the soundstage in the studios in Regina, Saskatchewan, as well as on location in Rollo, Saskatchewan, which is just outside of Regina.
Wow. See?
A whole tourism industry came out of it. People would come from all over the world and come visit the little town and the sets. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So what got you into acting?
Well, I was always a bit of a storyteller as a little gal, and in grade 2 I said, hey, I want to be an actor, so I went to the University of Saskatchewan Career Day, and I said, how do I get my start? And they said, well, you should go to this George Vanier Fine Arts School, and they really bolstered everyone's creativity, and I've just been doing it ever since.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So, and you, like I said, you've been doing it. I don't want to say for how long, but you've got a lot of titles under your belt, and Little Mosque on the Prairie as well on CBC, another great show. What makes, you make a good actress because you play the funny person and the not so funny person. What's your favorite that you like to play, and how do you make yourself differentiate between the two? Because like for me, I do entertaining myself, and I'm just known as a funny guy. I don't think I could ever play the scary guy. Well, I look scary enough as is, but I mean, what could make the differentiate between the two as well?
Well, I think in comedy, drama, and everything, you have to play it true. I don't go over the top on the comedy. I just play it really straight, and I think that the comedy, if it's well written, it just sells it on its own by just being true to the script. I'd say probably, I know doing comedy you always feel great after, right?
Yeah.
Because you enjoy it, and if you have a live audience, great feedback. But I really enjoy horrors, to be honest, doing thrillers, because it's not, you get stuff that you can really sink your teeth into, and the stakes, you can't get any higher stakes than life and death.
Right.
And in a thriller, you're fighting for your life. And so you have to go to the darkest places, you have to be so vulnerable. And so there's something, and I really enjoy doing stunts too. I find stunts gets you there. I do a lot of work beforehand preparing for characters and research.
Right.
But when you get to do stunts, you're physically there in the scene. If you're fighting for your life, you're physically already there, and the emotions and everything just comes with it naturally.
Oh my gosh. Now, have you ever been injured then doing these stunts? Or?
Yes.
What kind of injury should we ask?
Well, I injured myself training from one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got runner's knee out of it, but
jeez.
Yeah, you end up you've got such a high adrenaline rush when you're doing the stunt that you don't don't even notice it. And then the next day you look at your body full of bruises and you're like, oh, that hurts a little bit.
It's the morning after. That's always a how did I get this bruise on me or
Exactly.
whatever. Well, that's awesome. Shannon Jardine joining us here on REMIC TV in the new movie that's coming out, Hardcore Logo 2. Actually, it's out in Toronto right now until Thursday. And then it's going to be, again, you said Vancouver till the 30th. And then it'll be a DVD next month that it can be bought.
Yeah, so please come out to the theater because Canadian films don't have big studio money, so they can't buy all these advertising campaigns. So come out and support a great Canadian film.
Yeah. Now, how is it? I mean, the differences. I mean, by money wise, exactly. We're going to get to in a second here. Like the States compared to Canada. Like how is it possible that Canada industry is trying to make, like, I mean, it has made it, but try to even make it bigger like the States?
Well, it's tough to compete with financially with the States because they do have all the studio backing and the networks have huge money. But on the smaller budgets that we do wonderful projects that are competitive. I mean, Being Erica was #1 on an American station.
Right.
So we are doing projects that are making it through in America and being competitive or making #1 at the box office even. But it's tough. It's tough without the money. So.
Yeah. Well, I know because like even too like and it's come over like I think maybe the past 10 years because with me being 27 and I'm like when I was just leaving high school to go into broadcasting school, how people would make fun of TV Canadian shows or Canadian movies. It'd be like really crappy budget and just look really crappy. But there's actually now, it's come over the past 10 years, great quality. And what has made the better quality come? Like yourself, you've been acting as more than 10 years, right?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
so what has made the business grow then, you think?
Well, I think like any burgeoning industry, the talent we're getting more and more talent all the time and more people coming into this industry because they can make a living in it. But I would say it's been great. And when the writer's strike happened in America, they had some slates that they needed to fill. And so they partnered up with some Canadian productions. And so some of the money came from America to finance some Canadian productions. So I think, again, there we got some financing from America to put that production value in. And then it plays both in Canada and America. So that's been a great help as well.
Awesome. And have you found, like with Corner Gas, I read somewhere, I forget where, you guys were getting a lot of American fans too, no, right? Like,
yes.
So, I mean,
Yeah, I think there's something fun about doing really distinctly Canadian shows, and not just. I mean, there's great shows in Toronto, but I think when you get out to a region like Saskatchewan, nothing like that's been seen maybe in America before, and they love that. It's quirky, it's fun. And then take the Trailer Park Boys out east.
Yeah.
Again, that's capturing a certain part of Canada and really celebrating that kind of region. And you see that playing in America, and Eddie Murphy said it's his favorite comedy.
Yeah,
right?
like,
So I think celebrating kind of these different regions that we have, I think really is something that people can, identify with and enjoy.
That's awesome. Now, what, along with Hardcore Logo 2, have you you've done so much, but what do you have coming up? You've got a busy schedule, I think?
Yeah, okay, so I have Chained, which is a feature film directed by Jennifer Lynch. Her dad is David Lynch. Okay. And this is my second film working with her.
Nice.
And it's a serial killer. No, I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought he might come. Well, we premiered Surveillance at the Cannes Film Festival, red carpet.
Yeah.
I thought he might come to that, but I think he wanted Jen to have her moment in the limelight. And so that's coming out. It's called Chained. It stars Vincent D'Onofrio. And Ferocious is another feature film shot in Saskatchewan starring Kim Coates and Amanda Crew. I have a regular series role on a web series called My Lupine Life, also shot in Saskatchewan, which just won at LA Web Fest. It won 5 awards, including Outstanding Series.
Nice.
And 13 Eerie, which is a zombie horror film.
Oh, jeez, yeah, something else, stay away, sorry.
Oh, no, I think it's going to be really fantastic. I play a skinhead Nazi zombie, and I went to zombie stunt school. It was so much fun.
Oh, I can just imagine zombie stunt school. That's funny.
It was really great, actually. But, I mean, you spend about 4 hours in the makeup trailer just putting all this prosthetic getting glued on. It's pretty intense.
Wow.
So that will be coming up. That's a Don Carmody production as well as Mind's Eye. Produced that. And Dust Up, the television show I produced, is on History Television in Canada and mostly Discovery Channel
in the States.
well, not in America yet, but it's playing touring in Europe and South America, South Africa, a lot of countries.
Nice. And your website, so people can find you, is shannonjardine.com. And that's on the bottom here of the screen that you can read that. Shannon Jardine is her name, and it's just .com, of course, after that. And you've been nominated twice in Saskatchewan for Best Performance, Female Lead. And along with acting, we've mentioned that you also done some writing. And I guess, did you write your own, you used to do a one-woman show. Did you write and produce that one-woman show as well? Yes,
I wrote a show based on my grandmother. She was the first female pioneer in Torch River, Saskatchewan, where I'm from. And Terry Costa directed it. He's from Mississauga. And we toured North America. Yeah, I wrote it, acted in it. We both produced it. And it was a hit, box office, critically wise, and it was a pretty powerful story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Shannon Jardine, the new movie, Hardcore Logo 2. That's going to be out in the DVD set next month. But if you're in Vancouver watching this, you can see it next week. Or if you're here in the GTA, of course, till Thursday, April the 18th, I think it is?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Thursday, April the 18th. So make sure you do that. And I'm really looking forward to all the other upcoming projects. You are, I've looked on your website, an extraordinary actress. And yeah, you can play from funny lady to crazy lady. Funniest or best character that you've played so far that you like?
Oh, I think one of my favorite is the Tommy Douglas story. I played a historical character, Lally Lawson. She's kind of a hybrid of a historical character and best friend of Tommy Douglas. And that was a great Canadian story that I was really proud to be a part of.
All right. Well, I'm glad you were a part of us here at REMIC TV.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. You can join us anytime when you're in Toronto, or maybe we'll do it if you're doing somewhere else. We can always do it via Skype too, but it's best here in studio because, I mean, it always works better because technology nowadays, even though it's great.
Yeah.
It's not that great. But anyway, ShannonJardine.com is the website, Hardcore Logo 2, and of course, there's the other shows that she's coming up that you can check her all out on. Thank you very much again.
Thanks so much, Joe.
All right, keep it tuned to all the shows here on REMICTV.com. Hopefully you have a great day. For Entertainment Extra, I'm Joe Crawford.